Hey there, so I thought we'd do something different today, and in the midst of studying for my recruitment selection exam, I decided to take a break and talk about TV for a change. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to be looking at the new fall schedule coming up and making my predictions, and afterwards I'm just going to go through the fall shows one at a time, which ones I think are going to do well and which ones I think are going to sink. But first we're going to look at the time schedules and see what I think of the whole thing. Now, for Sunday night, the new shows that are coming on will be Madam Secretary with Tia Leone, which is a drama, and Mulaney, which is a comedy show on Fox. Fox has switched up their lineup, and it's not animation domination anymore. There's a combination of animation and live action, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. We got Bob's Burgers, The Simpsons, followed by Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which was very popular this season. Then Family Guy and Mulaney. It's a bit of a breakup, but hopefully it can anchor that there. Now I've got Tia Leone and Madam Secretary on the other side of that. Once Upon a Time is on ABC, and Sunday Night Football is on NBC. So if you're not a football fan, for me, honestly, Madam Secretary doesn't really interest me a lot. So it's some of Fox, but mostly it'll probably be ABC. Once Upon a Time, Resurrection, Revenge, block there. Not sure if I watch all those, but I'm very disappointed that they pulled the series Crisis, which I really, really enjoyed. Now, of course, I'm going to have to buy the box set to see how it ends. It was a finite series. Every season was going to be a different story, like American Horror Story. On Mondays, we have a few new shows. We have Gotham, which is in not the greatest time slot. I'm really looking forward. Everybody that I know is looking forward to this Gotham series. It's put up against The Voice and The Big Bang Theory and Dancing with the Stars. It's like shooting yourself in the foot. Hopefully, Gotham will be moved to another night, because that's really a bad place to put it. All the other new shows coming on that day are Jane the Virgin, which I know very little about, and Scorpion, which is is that the live action one? Or is that the no? It's the Scorpion is the kind of geek detective type show. But for me, honestly, it's Gotham and Sleepy Hollow. Jane the Virgin does a little for me, whatever it is. So Scorpion, I guess they're hoping to keep the Big Bang Theory crowd. I'm not quite sure on that one, but it's kind of a toss up in the air. But I expect Gotham to get decent ratings and hopefully be rescheduled onto another night and not canceled, because they have a really good lineup and they're really promoting that show. But it's really bad, really bad time spot for it. The Blacklist, of course, is in the 10 p.m. time spot against Castle and NCIS Los Angeles, and that's not too bad. The Blacklist, I think, should do pretty well, though NCIS Los Angeles is actually a big show, and but mostly it's more of an older crowd that watches that. On Tuesday, there is a ton of new shows on. Some that I think are going to die extremely fast, and some that I think are going to do well. I expect the reality series Utopia to die a quick and hopefully painful death. The Flash is on at 8. The show's going up against NCIS, which is okay because it's a different demographic. Now, the shows that are going to suffer that are new are Selfie with Karen Gillan. I would love to watch that show. Unfortunately, I'm not going to pass up The Flash to watch Karen Gillan. I may watch that at a later time period. Manhattan Love Story. NCIS New Orleans comes on at 9, going up against a very longitude Supernatural and Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The one thing that NCIS New Orleans has going for it is that it has Scott Bakula, who is an incredibly charismatic leading actor. Though unfortunately that did not save Enterprise either, so can't be sure. But Marry Me is followed up by the series About a Boy, and I don't expect either one of those to do that well. Person of Interest goes up, and Chicago Fire goes up against a new show called Forever, about a doctor that is immortal. and I'm kind of interested in that. Hopefully, it'd be nice to see a genre show make it. So that's the one that I'm kind of rooting for right now. Wednesday night starts out with Arrow, and pretty much that's the CW powerhouse. On the other channels, you got Survivor in the middle of the Goldbergs, stuff like that. There's a new series called The Mysteries of Laura, and that's not going to save NBC. You shouldn't have put it in that time slot. NBC is not very good at getting some of these time slots right here. Mysteries of Laura is kind of like I think it's telenovela type thing, but 9 has the Red Band Society, which really has no interest to me. I think that one's going to die fast, especially going up against Law and Order SVU, which has been getting better this season and stronger, especially with the addition of Donald Logue and Criminal Minds. So no way in hell are those going to be. The Modern Family is on at that time period as well. Modern Family is getting up there, but still has an audience. And there's a series after it called Blackish. The only series that interests me afterwards, I did watch a bit of Nashville when it started out because I do like that kind of soapy feel. But there's a new series called Stalker coming on ABC, and that kind of interests me. It's kind of like the a show about it's about detectives that fight stalker crime. So hopefully they can make a go of that one. Thursday nights, the startup is pretty much the same. Grey's Anatomy, Vampire Diaries, Bones, and Biggest Loser all up against one another. Hopefully the Vampire Diaries can get, can keep their momentum going. Bones, it's getting up there, and Grey's Anatomy should have been canceled long ago. My opinion. I don't know if there's fans of Grey's Anatomy. At the 9 o'clock, we got Scandal. We have Rain on CW, and the new series Grace Point. And although people are counting Grace Point out right now, I am going to go out on a ledge and say that I think Grace Point may be that sleeper hit this season. It stars, of course, the series was actually done in the UK first, Scotland, and it has the same star, David Tennant, who, of course, most of you know here as Doctor Who. The 10th Doctor, and it's very much like The Killing or True Crime, that type. Imagine that type of thing. There's a murder going on. It's kind of very dark, and deals with the town's reactions. And those type of shows tend to be on the uprise right now. True Crime did amazing. I just see this one really catching on with people. I think it's a sleeper hit that people are kind of like ruling out, especially putting it up against Scandal. But I think putting 3 of shows by that same person, because it's got Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, and How to Get Away with Murder, which is a new series, is overkill, and they're going to pay for it. And more than likely, How to Get Away with Murder is someone's going to pay in getting canceled. NBC has 2 new comedies, Bad Judge and A to Z, and up against Scandal and Grace Point, which I predict is going to be one of the big shows. You can expect those shows to get canceled pretty fast. So I'll look for something to go in place of that. Friday nights, ABC has one new show, which is Cristela. It's a comedy, but the big one to watch out for here is the 10 p.m. NBC show, and that is Constantine. This looks actually like what Constantine, the movie, should have been. And I'm really looking forward to this. It's going up against Blue Bloods in 2020, so I think it's the type of audience that's going for. It's pretty much nothing's going against it right here, so they have a good chance. If this show can get it, has a good strong writing and goes with the comic book storyline, then they're going to do fine with the show. Utopia, second episode comes on at 9 on Fridays, and that looks to be the biggest failure of the season, especially up against shows like Grimm and Y50, and even Shark Tank, which are shows that have done well in the past, and I expect to continue doing well. Cristela may last for a bit because it has the fact that it doesn't have a lot up against it. It's going up against The Amazing Race, and Whose Line Is It Anyway, and MasterChef Junior, so that show may actually make it a little bit, though not one of my favorites. unfortunately, where there was a lot of genre stuff here, we don't have like Dracula anymore. Uh, that, my friends, is all. So we're going to take a really quick look at the new shows, and I am going to say my yays and nays. Basically, I'm just going to give a thumbs up, thumbs down really fast. A to Z, which is a series being done by How I Met Your Mother, and it stars, I don't care, Allegiance, another, it's thriller, and has Hope Davis, so we'll give it this. American Crime is one that I expect to do well. Andrew Tribeca, starring Rashida Jones, has a really good chance. Aquarius, now I'm not sure if all these are being picked up or if they're just, some of these are in pilot stage with starring David Duchovny. If with the right time slot, has a decent chance. Astronaut's Wife's Club from Gossip Girl producers, I really don't see that doing that well, but you know, I've been proved wrong before. Backstrom, it's a detective series. It's based on the Swedish series, and it stars Rainn Wilson, and with a decent time slot, that can do amazing. Bad Judge, I expect to fail. Battle Creek, not expecting a lot from that. Blackish, same thing. Another Anthony Anderson series I don't think it's going to do well. Buzzies on TBS, no clue. Don't think that's has any type of thing at all. Constantine, I think, is going to do well. Christilla doesn't interest me, but it may make it under the wire. CSI Cyber, starring Patricia Arquette, is a CSI series that I'm actually interested in. Emerald City, if this one makes it or not. As basically, it's about the Wizard of Oz. It all depends on time slots here, guys. Empire, Terrence Howard, not sure. The Flash, I expect that one to do well this season. Forever has a great lead, so that's one that I kind of have a hope for. Now, all these shows aren't greenlit. These are just shows that are, you know, possibles here. Some Fresh Off the Boat, nope. Galavan, that could be like a sleeper. Gotham, expect to do well, but it's in a bad time slot. Grace Point, that's my pick for the sleeper hit this season. Hieroglyph, going to be canceled fast, unfortunately. That's what I think. How to Get Away with Murder, they're going to move the time slot on that one to try and save it because of who's making the show. iZombie from CW is one that I really want to do well since I really love the comic book. Jane the Virgin, I expect that to be canceled. Last Man on Earth, the Will Forte series, same thing. Madam Secretary has some great people behind it, but I don't think it's going to work well unless they change the time slot. Manhattan Love Story is one that I expect to be canceled. Marry Me is one that I expect to be canceled. Marvel's Agent Carter should hopefully do well, but it's going to have some growing pains along the way. McCarthy's, members only. Both shows don't expect to do well. The Messengers has a little bit of a possibility. Mission Control, it has Kristen Ritter, so I'd watch it. Mr. Robinson, nope. Mulaney doesn't really interest me, though Nashim Pedrad is in it from SNL, and I absolutely find her gorgeous. Mysteries of Laura, another procedural, it's too many of those. NCIS New Orleans, not sure that one's going to work. The Odd Couple, hopefully that will do well. I like Matthew Perry. Odyssey looks like a good series, so it's probably going to get canceled. One Big Happy Family, don't expect that to do too well. Proof, I'd like that to do well because Callum Blue is in it, but I don't expect it to. Public Morals is another one that I expect to do okay. Red Band Society, canceled, I say. Scorpion, if it catches on with the Big Bang Theory. Secrets and Lies, possibilities there. Selfie, unfortunately going to get canceled, but I really like it. Stalker, I like it. Hopefully it won't get canceled. Kevin Williamson's writing it. State of Affairs, hopefully that'll get done. I'm not big on that one. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, no. Utopia, canceled. I'm guessing Wayward Pines could be the next Twin Peaks. Let's not cancel that. Weird Loners, The Whispers, and Your Family or Mine, down. So thanks for watching, guys. And for me right now, it is time for tea.